Alright, back out in the garage. I'm going to try and get on the Jetstar 3 project. It's been a week and a half since I've been out here filming, doing anything. I want to get the rings on the Pistons. I want to get the Pistons down into the blocks. Maybe try and get the rod bearings on and get the rods hooked up. I got to get this oil pickup put back on. I think that's the cotter key that holds it on. We got to get that put back on. I normally use Lubriplate or Duralube for my engine assembly, but can't find. I got like 3 tubes of that stuff. Can't find it anywhere. I don't know why. I mean, you know, everything's so organized in here. So I'm going to give, not sponsored, I'm going to give this stuff a shot. See how this works out. But anyway, I should be at a Knights of Columbus meeting at the church right now, but I'd rather be working on the tractor. So anyway, yeah, there's all my rod caps, my pistons waiting to go in, and as I lube the rings, I will clock the gaps so that clock the gaps so that they aren't all in line. You know, if you ever put a motor together, you know what I'm talking about, clocking ring gaps. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, just Google it. I mean, you know, it'll be fine. Anyway, all right, fall in the hole, whatever. Yeah, so there we are. You won't be able to see anything while I'm trying to put that oil pickup screen back in, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll bring you back when I'm doing something. Yeah, anyway, I'll be back. All right, back out here on the Jetstar 3. Oh, so I was working on getting the oil pickup put back in. You see, I got it down in there. I got the cutter pin, split pin, we're going to call it, down in there. I do have it. I don't know if you can see that or not. I do have it split out, so that's good to go. Next thing on the agenda is going to be piston rings. So when I installed the rings, so the gaps are all lined up. That's how I installed them. Over here on this other one that's dripping in green goo, because that's the Lucas oil assembly lube. You can see they're all still stacked up over here. So we're going to take this in here and turn it about like that. And over here, grab him around here, over here, come on, about like that. And then this top ring, I can tell you what, this Lucas stuff is some sticky stuff. Put him over there like that. There we go. And that's clocking the rings, ring gaps, whatever. Yeah, I do have a gap in that one oil ring right there. Yeah, we're gonna call that good. This one here is already done. I've kind of got the crank turned so that it should bump it with a wooden hammer handle or something soft. It should drop in, and we should be able to get that one in. That one's already lubed, but with the way the crank is timed with 1 and 4 being on the same stroke, I kind of want the crank turned so that 1 and 4 journals are out this way, so that rod can drop straight down in, and then we can roll the either push, pull, whatever, get the rod down and get the cap on. So we'll get number 1 down in, we'll lube and clock number 4, get it down in, and we'll go from there. And yeah, so I think number 1 is ready to go down, so let's get a big thumper thing. We're not going to hit with that end. Hit with that end. Nope, we're not tight enough. Not tight enough. Alright, so I think what I'm going to have to do is put you on the tripod. pop that ring compressor loose, pull that up some so I can get the oil ring tightened up. So anyway, put you here on the tripod. All right, come on, get in there. All right, zoom in a little. Yeah, something like that. I reckon, I guess. I don't know. Back out just a little bit. There we go. All right. So, loosen this up. A little bit. Oh. Come on. There we go. Can't see what I'm doing here. Can you see what I'm doing? Big old hairy chest. I get it. I know. Alright. That's tight-ish. And there went a rod cap. That's awesome. Alright, we'll put you over there for now. Big thumper go. Alright, let's see. And just like that, once you get everything lined up, tight, everything, just kind of fall right in there. So anyway, I'm going to do that for number 4, and then we'll be able to roll the crank back or pull them down, whatever. Get the rod bearings and rod caps on, and we'll go from there. So anyway, I'll be back. Where's the button? Alright, I don't know how well you're going to see what's going on, but got number 4 down in the hole, and that's right there's the bottom of the connecting rod. Got my bearing shell. Put some of this Lucas on it. Man, this is some sticky stuff. What on there? Work that in, make sure we get a good coat all over the whole bearing. Oh boy. And then we'll try to see how my arms and hands is definitely right in the way. You're not gonna see any of this. Get this lined up in there. Right there where that kind of goes. How close are we? Can't tell. That's not so bad right there. Just kind of like that. So now we'll go over here, roll it out the front, and we'll we'll crank around a little bit. Get a bar in there. Roll up a little bit more. Come on, you. Hold on. What, I didn't want you. Bearing's not lined up with that shelf just there. That's more better. There goes my light. There we go. You probably missed that because my light fell off. But the rod is not there where I want it. Next thing will be get the bearing shell into the cap. Nope, I don't want to go white tight. I want to go white. So we'll get the other half out of the box. Make sure it feels nice and clean, or at least as clean as my fingers feel. Some more gooey stuff. Let me see. see how gooey that stuff is. On the bearings, there's a little tab. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that? Little tab. There. It lines up with a notch in the rod cap right there. Just drops in there. City Street Dragway, full effect. Gotta love it. And then the caps are numbered, so you want to make sure the numbers line up. Drop your line on the ground again. Oh yeah, and drop the rod bolts in the dirt. That's good. Clean that up. Well, that one's clean. That one didn't fall, so we'll get that one started. There. Then we won't lose it anyhow. Grab a rag and clean this one up. Not far enough to. Oh. Why would I be? Yeah. Alright. Get the bar. Roll the crank just a little bit more. That should, hopefully. Yep, just like that. Plenty of clearance. Alright. So, I'll go ahead and get these in hand tight. Snug them ever so gently with a wrench. And then I'll move on to 2 and 3, the ones in the middle. And, yeah. Maybe middle of the night, I'll have pistons and rod bearings, pistons, rods, all that good, you know, I'll have this mess back down in the tractor. Not really tightening this down, I'm just pulling it up snug. Just those couple of half turns, whatever, on the top bolt. Got the so a little bit more on the bottom, just like that, nice and just snug. So anyway, that's where we're at. 1 and 4 are in. So we will continue on with 2 and 3, same manner. I found it's better to put the pistons down in one at a time, because I gotta roll the crank forward and back to, yeah, get the caps on and stuff. So anyway, I will continue on. I'll bring you back when I'm further along.